go against the black population. If that a red face, could be a cracker, could be an Israelite guy, stayed around, he would have heard this, man. All right. The people that they were killing, Oliver Cromwell, and he had a group called the Parliamentarians, was our people. All right, Benjamites. See?
The black Irish that he didn't kill, he sold into the slave trade.
There you go, sold into the slave trade, man. So that is showing that slavery happened from Europe as well. And that's a big secret, because I went to the Slavery Museum last year in Liverpool. Nothing about slavery in Europe. Nothing. In fact, they had African garments, you know, like real Africans, with the bone in the nose, painting the lips. They had some of that stuff there, man. And I said to my uncle, I said, that's not us. All right? See?
In 1641, Cromwell had 300,000 black Irish sold into the North Atlantic slave trade, and in 1650 he had 100,000 Irish Scottish children sold into Barbados.
There you go, man. What does the word Barbados mean again?
Bearded one.
The bearded one. That's right. You know what? Because back then, some of our people were trying to keep the laws. All right? You had a group called the Covenant Keepers, and they were showing our people you got to keep the covenant. But it was too late by then, man.
There is an interesting law that Cromwell had published, and it read, Oliver Cromwell Edict 1653.
Wow.
Those who fail to transplant themselves to Connaught or Clare within 6 months shall be guilty of high treason.
There you go. So Connaught and Clare is right near the coast of Ireland, man. Namely Northern Ireland that we have today. So that was very, very very.
You turn around.
We're filming.
Just give one.
You see? Sorry,
Just give one of me with this. That's all.
Which respect you want?
That's all. I get one of you.
It's alright, it's alright.
The Oliver Cromwell Edict 1653.
Yep.
Those who fail to transplant themselves to Connaught
No, I like to be on camera.
within 6 months shall be guilty of high treason.
There you go. So, and the reason why Cromwell was allowed to do that is because in that period of time, even 100 years before that, we had something called the bubonic plague, which is the black plague. That's what the white man calls it. Why did he call it a black plague? Because it was only killing Israelites, man. All right, that depleted our numbers. Us having our people have done a lot of madness back in the past. So this is the way the Lord pays us, man. See?
You will then be sent into America or some other part beyond the sea.
Get it from there. Get him there. Get him in as well.
You will then be sent into America or some other part beyond the sea.
And that's the reason why a lot of African Americans basically have Irish and Scottish names, just like the West Indians, man. All right. When I was at school, we had a girl who was pretty. Her name was surname was McDougal, man.
I'm right.
McDougal. So at the end of the day, that's the reason why we've got Irish and Scottish names. You know? See?
The Royal African Company sent 249 ships to the West Indies, sending 60,000 African and Irish into the Americas and West Indies.
Yep.
Make no mistake about it, these people are here in this colony with us. America is a huge colony spread over 50 states, and we have all been mingled together.
Yep.
I have a greater witness than this.
There you go. So he has a greater witness than this. So the slave trade was also in Europe. It wasn't just in was it West Africa? But that's a part of the curse. Finish that with you? I did Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Got that Nehemiah 1:8?
Yeah. This is the book of Nehemiah 1 verse 8.
Yep.
Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses.
Yeah, and that's talking about when we're in the wilderness with Moses, right? And whether you believe it or not, you were there too. See?
Saying, if ye transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations.
There you go. He said, if you transgress what? The law, statutes, and commandments, man. So if you break, it's like an agreement. When you go to a bank, you sign a loan or something like that, and you have an agreement to do repayments. We made a covenant with God, man, and repeatedly broke it. Repeatedly. See?
So say, but if you turn unto me and keep my commandments, and do them. Though they were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of heaven, yet will I gather them from thence, and will bring them unto the place they have chosen to set my name there.
There you go, man. So the Lord is going to take us back to our homeland. You know that?
Your cow. You got one of them paper things.
Right. Is that the road at the bottom?
The luck, yeah.
Right. See? Finish that one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So it tells you, if we transgress, we'll be scattered. And that was one of the ways, man. So that's proof that the slave trade was in Europe. And when that guy came up, he had a grin on his face. That's why I didn't say he got
But that might have been his thing. He looked kind of
yeah, he looked
digi.
yeah,
Digi.
but then he wanted more information. So that's why you can't, you know that saying, you can't judge a book by its cover?
Right.
In a way you can, but we get so much negativity out here, you don't know if someone's genuine or not, man. You know? What about the ask you first? What one you do? What's the bubbles? Oh, okay, right. So get this one first. The other one brings that first.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Yep.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
And you know what? It says all the commandments. You know what a lot of these Christians say? I do to keep the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments are a guide. If you put all the 10 commandments in a heading, all the other commandments come under each paragraph, man. All right? So read that again. How many commandments did it say? Did it say 10? It said what? Oh.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all his curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Without being destroyed. And that's what we are. Jump to verse 68, please, Sure. All right, so that's the part of the scattering that the black Irish, which is us, all right, were flinged out of that country by Oliver Cromwell, man. And they got a hospital named after Oliver Cromwell in Gloucester Road, near Earls Court. They got roads named after this devil, and they got a statue outside Parliament commemorating what he did, man. Loving murderers, just like Andrew Jackson, the Indian killer, man. Finish that? Yeah. Oh. 68? Oh yeah, it's
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Yep.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
And the word Egypt means bondage, man. The Lord will send you into bondage with ships. Exodus 20 and 2 tells you that. See?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
So we ain't gonna see our homeland again, man. See?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Like Malcolm X said, man, we're under the cruelest, wickedest slave master that has ever been, man. So our predicament is our fault, but the Lord is having mercy on us right now, man. What was it?
Say Zechariah 8, verse 7. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness.
Can't be righteous. You can try and be righteous in this kingdom, all right? But it's difficult, man. They got pork in everything. They got pork in yogurt, milkshakes, man. All right. This man does everything to try and make us sin against God. There's some new adverts about a shaving club, a shaving kit for $2 or whatever. That's the white man, man. But what does the word Barbados mean? Bearded one. So back then, a lot of our people, the majority of the men had beards, man. You know the slave movies? They're movies. They can put everything what they want, man. And by the way, when you see Amistad, we weren't hiding in Africa with little things and showing our arms and legs, man. We had garments like this. That's how they know who's an African and who's an Israelite, man. Okay?
Deuteronomy 33 and 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, who is the sword of thy excellency, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
Beautiful. So they're going to be liars, man. All right, and they have lied. They've lied about history. All right, never let. Even Malcolm X said that. Only a fool will let his enemy teach his children. So at least, even though he was bugged out, he had that about him. I remember when he was talking about whiskey, drinks, how they pay taxes on it, and the American government swindling. And he got so angry, he goes, "See this fork-tongued demon, this white man." See, he had real. What's the word? He had real passion. Yeah, he was zealous, man. I guarantee you in a reincarnation, he was a zealot. You know those people that were fighting the Romans in Israel? Today we got what? Black Panthers? Those are the same people, man. Rather than wait on the Lord. We're waiting on the Lord. All right? If we get a gun and go to the shooting range, that's not going to save us. Okay? So our enemies will be found liars, man. Okay? What we say? Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. Because we're near the end, man. We're near the end of this thing, man. Right? Oh, exactly. Lamentations 4:21, please. So, this is a time to increase your works, increase your faith, man. And to be honest, if you increase your works, then your faith is increased. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what the Lord wants, man. Okay?
Lamentation 4 verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yep.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity,
Yep.
O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
There you go, man. And that book is a great book, The Negro Question Part 4. I read it from start to finish in a couple of days, man. I couldn't believe the pictures, the images. It has pictures of King Charles, the one that they beheaded. It's got pictures of the Black Irish. All right. It even compares, and it says Chinese and Japanese used to be brown. And that's why, the guy did an excellent job, man. But who put the spirit on him to do that? The Heavenly Father told him to do that. Oh yeah, that's it. 30 and 70.
This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Yep.
It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee."
Hate thee who's persecuted. Who's persecuting us now, man? All of them really, but who's the main one? These white people, man, the Edomites. See?
And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is that finished on that? Yeah, Hebrews 8 and 6. Because we're waiting for a new heaven and a new earth. All right? We can't be friends with niggers, man. All right? You niggers are going to have to die. And you nigger women. And then when you come back in a reincarnation, you know what? They're going to come back through us. Lord willing, we're of the elect. We're going to have to people to people. I remember Pastor Tahar said that. And he goes, I don't know what the Most High is going to call a celebration of him destroying America, but he goes, like the Passover, you get roused up. We're going to get roused up when this devil goes down. And he goes, we're going to see that motherfucker go down. He's the passion and the anger he had. Now, Malcolm X had that passion and anger, but he didn't have what? The knowledge. All right? And he weren't transformed by the renewing of your mind. All right? And he's a Muslim, but where was his beard, man? Half of the time he didn't have a beard. Madness.
86.
Yeah, 86. Did you have anything?
This is Isaiah 32 verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the child said to be bountiful. Right, because the vile person is Esau, and he's called liberal. Okay? Alright? So the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the child said to be bountiful. Right? For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart or his mind will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Right? Because Esau, he's trying to corrupt this word, man. Because this is the drink of the thirsty. Okay, this is the food that's meant to be given to the soul of the hungry. And Esau's trying to tamper with the scriptures, trying to say, oh, you know, Jews are white, Jesus was white, everybody's white, you know, trying to say everything like that. You know, King James was white, everything was white. You know, you were just Africans, man. You know, these really scratching Africans in Africa.
Really scratching.
Swinging in trees all day and eating bananas, man.
Yeah, gibbons.
Every day, 24/7. And Esau was always just on top ever since the beginning of time. You know, that's why I said, they said that what is the vile person doing? What he's doing is he's to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail, right? Because right now, some brothers know that Esau, he's hiring certain people to get rid of YouTube accounts, man.
That's right.
To monitor the YouTube accounts, because he doesn't want this drink, okay, this food to get out to seal the elect, man. You know what I'm trying to say? To edify brothers in the truth, man. Okay, because Esau knows his time is ending. So it says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. And the word churl is another word for like a rascal. Right?
Yeah, little rascals.
Yeah, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
There you go.
Even when the needy speaketh right.
It's like even that scripture you said before, what, your enemies will be found what? Liars, man. That's the reoccurring theme. The Heavenly Father saying they're liars, they're mischievous, they're wicked, they're evil. So why would you get Proverbs 11:21? So why would you want to hang around with them, man? Let alone marry them. That means you're wicked, man. You must be. That's why the kingdom's gonna be beautiful.
Proverbs 11:21. Proverbs 11:21.
Yeah, 11:21. That's it. Yeah. So a lot of our people, when they die and they back in the kingdom, they are like little Jay-Z will be a tiny little baby. You know, I'll get my chambermaids to wipe his ass. You know, when he grows up, and then you know he's one of us, so I'll be cool with him. But right now, no. There's a distinction, man. They're not doing anything for the Lord, so fuck them, man. We're gonna go, Lord willing, on the first roundabout. They're gonna have to, they're gonna have to come in later, man. Okay? That's why this covenant is gonna be complete when Yahushua comes back, man. You know what?
This is Hebrews 8:6.
Yep.
It says, but now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which is established upon better promises.
Yep. So read that again, please.
Hebrews 8:6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises.
That's right, because when we agreed to it, we went off straight away. We went off even before we agreed to it. I can see.
For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
There you go, man. Alright, if it was faultless, but really it's our fault, man. See?
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant and regarded them not, saith the Lord.
That's why in the Middle Ages in Britain, we had a group called the Covenant Keepers that was trying to make you niggers keep the laws of God. Didn't want to do it, man. Therefore, you bear the punishment.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and they will be to them a power, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
There you go, man. Reconciliation. All right, coming back together. That's basically what's happening. But this is the promise, man. There's rewards. There's rewards for sticking this thing out. Get Malachi 1 anymore?
Yeah. Verse 11. and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
That's right.
For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins, and their iniquities I will remember no more. In that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
There you go. So the new covenant is coming, man. All right. When we get saved, that's why we're not saved yet, man. But there's rewards to this, all right. But this is like a guideline to show you what you need to do in your life. Even if you're not in a camp like us, you're watching at home. You can do videos at home, man. If you are proficient enough, all right, you know, and the Lord put a spirit on you to be in a camp, you can still do that, man. All right. And then there's one guy, I think he's got a channel, Defenders of the Gospel, I think. I don't think he's in a camp, but he still does videos. All right. He might be a part of the 1/3, man. Okay. I read that one.
Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Right?
You break it down.
Right. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Basically talking about, you know, you got people trying to justify the wicked, okay, because they don't have the they're too weak, okay, to acknowledge the wicked as being the fucking wicked, man. They want to say, oh, we're all human beings, we're all in it together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't see color. You know, we're all humans. You know, and all of that garbage, man. All right, the scripture says, though hand join in hand, man. Even though everybody wants to hold hands and is believing in multiculturalism, man.
Yeah.
All right, the wicked is not gonna go unpunished. Esau is gonna get what's the judgment that's written for him, man. Okay,
That's right.
that's right. And it said, what? The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. All right, the seed of the righteous, because the majority of our nation is not gonna make it. It's only going to be the elect. That's the only ones that's going to be delivered. Those the only ones that the Most High deems as being New Jerusalem. Okay? Because the Most High is going to purge his house, man. Going to purge the house of Jacob. Alright?
That's it. First Peter 4:17, isn't it? Oh no, you can read that one. So we're going to have a new heaven and new earth, a new mindset. Alright? The laws are going to be put in our hearts, meaning our mind. Like, you know, when you sneeze, it's an automatic reaction to just hold your mouth. You know, like that. That's how the Lord's going to program us to never go off. Never, ever, ever go off, man. But you see our people, all these rappers, entertainers, and the average Israelites, they're not looking for the kingdom, man. All right? They're looking to win the lottery here. If I won the lottery, I'll just push this truth even harder. Maybe go on a European tour, give brothers, first of all, give to the apostles. No, firstly, thank Yahweh Shim Shai, give it to the apostles, anyone that needs, and then we go Italy and feed the flock, man. Go to Berlin, there's many Sierra Leoneans there. That's what I would do, but these guys, I want to be a millionaire. And what do you do with it, man? Like that fat fuck Biggie, the more money you've got, the more problems, which is true. Why though? Because this devil is ruling, man. All right, so you got to stick this out, and there are rewards. This is one of the rewards. Alright? And I need this, man. Yahweh Shim Shai, and that's going to get in the way of me getting this reward. Alright?
Alright, this is Malachi 4:1.
Yep.
It says, For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
See, it says all the proud. And Habakkuk says he's a proud man, neither keep at home. He is proud, man. And what has he got to be proud about? Genocides? That's what he's proud about. They sing a song, what's it called? Oh, Britannia, Britannia across the waves. All this madness that
We'll never, ever, ever be enslaved.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man. They sang that madness while they were going to India, China, West Africa to kill people, man. And these are the people that these niggas stick up for. See?
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts. That it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
So it's always talking about fire. It's not about burning in hell forever. It's about the Third World War, man. Like we talked about Putin earlier. All right? See?
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with the healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
There you go. That's one big reward, man. And I remember 2 years ago, Pastor Tahar, in the Passover, when they filmed it, they didn't film the ceremony, but you know, when they first met up, they basically, he said, listen, a lot of brothers in GMS are sick. Now, it sounds bad, but when he said that, it was a little bit of a relief for me. The reason why, you think it's just you. But the curses is, one of them is sickness, isn't it? Deuteronomy 28, get that one. Deuteronomy, actually hold that for a minute. I'm going to get it out first. That's it.
No.
Okay.
This is and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. Malachi 4 and 3.
Yep.
And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts.
You know what's beautiful about this? These crackers think they're going to last forever. They want to go, they're making plans. They're going to go to Australia to migrate. I'm going to see my daughter married. I'm going to see, you know, my little boy Timmy's voice is broken. You know what? You're going to be ashes, man. And that's a horrible point. Keep saying it. I burnt my hand on the stove a couple of months ago. It hurt like hell, man. So imagine a heat that can incinerate buildings. All right? And that's a fitting punishment for them, man. That's a fitting punishment. The Lord is righteous and he's just to do that. Any more numbers? That's it, yeah.
So I say, Sirach 6 and verse 13.
Yep.
Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends.
There you go. Separate from thy enemies. Get Luke 1:68, please. Alright, read it again, sir.
Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends.
See, that's Ecclesiasticus 6 and 3. Take heed to thy friends, man. And believe me, I got a testimony about that, but we don't need to go into it. You know what I mean? So-called friends, you know? So-called friends, they're not friends. Listen, if the Lord bugs them out, they're not a part of this no more, man. Alright? So that's a part of the gospel, is to separate from the enemy. Not oh Lord, I'm going to put a crowbar between me and a white man. No. It's all about mentally, man, spiritually, okay? But I don't think that's right. In my heart, I love everyone. The heart is deceitful, man, all right? So that's what we have to do. That's a part of it. Yeah, that's it.
This is Luke 1 and 68. Blessed be Yahweh, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
That's what he's doing now, man. And believe me, all of us in this camp are suffering in one way or another. Could be money problems, health, family issues, all right? And we got our enemies ruling over us. So the Lord needs to save us from these enemies, man. Stuff on top again, sorry.
Luke 1 and 68. Blessed be Yahweh, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
That's it. And that's the tabernacle of David, the elect, man. They're going to be raising up, and the Lord's going to give them powers, man. See?
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the land of all that hate us.
There you go. Now this brother over here always says to these crackers, why do you hate black people? Some of them just go down the road. Some of them say I don't. And this, well, wait, if you don't, why is it that we're oppressed then? Who's doing it? Mr. Patel? Mr. Patel is not going to stop me from getting a job. He has no power. Who's in the power seat? White man's in the power. The Esau. Oh, get that one. Esau is the end of the world. Right? Any more than that?
I'll just finish it. Luke 1 and 72. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham.
There you go. So the Lord is a man of his word. We're the ones that have been men and women of our word. All right? So you can't blame it. And listen, if the Lord punished us for every time we sinned, boy, man, we'd probably get lynched by now. I'm telling you. But the Lord is merciful, man. He's been merciful, hasn't he?
Verse 74, that he would grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear.
There you go. We don't have no fear coming out. Listen, the only fear I have when I come out to camp is maybe I might get something wrong or it's that. But then again, I block it out because the Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear. Alright? All these crackers, I'm not scared of them, man. Alright? And that's how you know that we're coming up and they're going down, because now a lot of these whites are scared of us. Remember in those slave movies, what you doing here, boy? You know? He's like, oh, I've got a pass to give this and that. Go on, boy. And then you see them lynching niggas, man. Alright? That's not happening here now. Right? They're scared of us now. So the tables are turning, man. Thank God for that.
Say, 2nd Ezra 6, verse 8. He said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
And that heel is a metaphor to say that we're going to pull them down, man. And that's what we are going to pull them down. The elect, all right? The elect is going to take them down through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. We don't mind being in order and having people above us or whatever, because the end game is to get out of here, man. The end game is to not be poor no more. The end game is not everyone to look down on us no more. The end game is for us to be rulers, like we should be, right? See?
They say, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
There you go, man. So their world is coming to an end, all right? And our world is coming up, man. Get Daniel, any more, man? Daniel 7 and 18. And the Lord is going to use the elect to take this kingdom, man. All right? And them chariots, the missiles, are going to destroy America, man. In 1 hour. That's how the Lord is going to make them as an example, man. That's why the Lord is just sitting back and going, keep doing wickedness. Keep doing your wickedness. You know, keep doing your wickedness. Keep calling my people nigger. Oh, I never use the N-word. The Lord sees in your house, man. Hey, these crackers, man, when they're sitting down on the table, they're calling you all kinds of names, man.
Yeah, but when they're calling us, they're calling the Most High.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? So they're calling him a nigger. So
there you go. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
realise that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. When you disrespect us, you're disrespecting Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Because we're his children, we're Zion, we're his monument, right? Right now, the monument is mashed up, man. But he's raising up the tabernacle of David once again.
How much?
7 and 18. 7 and 18.
Daniel 7 and 18.
Yep.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Amen. And that's what we want, man. Ever and ever and ever. Notice they said ever, ever, ever. It's continuous, man. You know? Yeah, we're going to continually muck them up. Isaiah 14:1.
Psalms 18 and 3.
Yep.
I will call upon Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies.
Oh, there you go. Enemies. Any more on that?
The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid.
And if you look at the other day, they did a program about Brixton, and it showed the guy that was on it, his son got his head blown off, man, at the back of his head. Probably had to have a closed casket, you know? That's the kind of wickedness that our people are doing to each other. But on top of that, we've got this devil to contend with, man. All right? But it said what? The enemies, again? Your enemies are going to be liars, man. We know that they're liars, and we know that that's his job, to deceive.